All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good morning to you all. You may be watching this in my Facebook group or my YouTube channel. This is going to be our last session for formatting professional looking documents. This is going to be for MS Word. And this is in the last few weeks or 2 weeks prior, we covered various topics on how to make your documents look professional. This is for business analysts, Scrum Masters, project managers, any role in the corporate America environment where you may need to put together documentation to send to your team members, to your management and leadership. There are a few tricks and tips that you guys can be doing, and those are the things that I'm covering here because I want to make sure that when you are sending your documents or artifacts for review, that they look professional enough, right? So if you are watching me live, please let me know that you're watching this live. If you are watching this on a replay, please also let me know that you're watching this on a replay. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And if you have any other training topics as well, please put them in the comments. We do create an inventory of training topics that you guys tell us you want to hear about, and we slowly work to get those that content out there and available for you guys. So we do that. So go ahead and let us know what you want to know more about, and we'll get to it as our schedule allows. So with that, let me get started. There's a few topics that I struggled with last week that I'm going to cover this week, in addition to a few other topics. This is intended to be super quick to make sure that you guys are able to create professional looking documents. So now I'm going to share my screen with you guys, make this a little bit bigger so it's easier for you guys to see on your end. And the thing that I was struggling with last week is how to have different types of headers on different pages. And that really works well when you have different section breaks. So what I'm gonna do, just to make this easy for us, is I'm gonna include a section break. So the way that you include a section break, you go into layouts and you go into a section break of the next page. Again, in the layouts area, click on next page. What that will do is it will give you the opportunity to have different types of things done to this page, the first section break, and then now this part of the document. There's a few different things that you can do. One being headers, right? You can have different headers now because we have a section break. We can also format this a little bit differently, again, because you have a page break, a section break and a page break, right? So they're a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on this, which should bring up my header area, and say this is header number 1, right? Now, because this is a header number 1, it's going to populate on all pages just because we have not said that we wanted anything different. Now, because this is a different section break, we can say we want and just to let you guys know, these headers are a bit tricky. So, I continue to struggle with this. So you just have to play around with Microsoft Word, right? Sometimes, because these are, they're a little funky. They don't always go as planned. Even for this, I had to reach out to my colleague, Carlos. I will include him when I post this on LinkedIn because as a way of thank you. But headers are a little bit funky in Microsoft Office, so just be mindful of that. So here, what I'm going to say is, so this is because we have different sections. You see, header section 1 is here, and because we have a section break, you see where it says header section 2 now, right? So if I double click on this, right, and if I go, where's my header? If I click on this, and I go to link from previous, and I say now I want different on page 1. And I change this. This is header section number 2. If I change this now, you see that my header for the first page did not change, right? But my pages going forward, my headers going forward are going to be the same unless I have another section break. Generally, we don't see the need to have different headers in the same document, but if there was ever a scenario where you needed to have different headers, what you will need to do is have a different section break. So here on the first page, we have, this is header number 1. We added a section break, and now you can have a different header that says this is header number 2. And you can see, because we don't have another page break or a section break, that header is going to be maintained throughout the rest of the document. Another thing that's sometimes common is that we have or sometimes need different margins, right? So here, if you go to layout again, your margins are pretty standard, right? This is the pretty standard one. Now let's assume that for this one, your margins need to be narrow because you need to fit more into your page. Now you can see where, because there's a section break, the margins for this page you can maintain and keep as is, where, because again, you have that section break, you can change the margins, moving forward based on what your need may be, okay? So this is different margins based on different section headers. I'm going to add one more to show you how you may also format or change the layout with those section breaks. So again, I'm going to go to layout, go to breaks, go to next page. Now, if I double click on this, you will see header section 3. And what that may do, so for example, now we have 3 section headers, right? This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. The header is going to be the same because I have not told it to be different. So that's why the header is going to continue to be the same, even though it's between different section headers. Here, if I wanted to go and make the layout maybe portrait for whatever reason, you can go to layouts and you can go to orientation and go to landscape, right? So there's sometimes opportunities where when you're working on documents, right, you may need to change the layout of 1 or 2 more pages, right? And you can do so in this way. Now, assume you only want 1 page to be landscape, right? How would you change that? You would again insert section break and then go to orientation and make everything else portrait. So now you have the ability within your document. And again, you guys, I just copied and pasted something from Google, not related to business analysis, Scrum Master, or project management, just something so I can show you the formatting that you would need to do. So here I showed you how to have different headers, right? I showed you how to have different margins, right? And now I'm showing you how to have different layouts of your documents within one document, right? So different layouts. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, so we did margins, we did layouts, links. How do you add links into your document? So I'm gonna change this. So the easiest way to add links is you go into the body of your document. You're going to click on this. So in the insert ribbon, right? You have file, home, insert, draw, design, layout, all of these. You're going to click on insert, click on a link, right? Let me pick up a link online. So this is the link that I copied and pasted the Word document for. If you, for example, ever need to link other documents, maybe they're on SharePoint or some other document repository, you will go to insert, click on link, put the address of the link here, and the text to display could be, this is 7 tips to live a happier life. So I would say 7 tips to live a happier life, right? And now that link is displayed for you, and when somebody does click on it, it will take them to that article. So that's the way that you add links. Sometimes we also need to add documents, other reference documents within our main document. And the way that you do that is, again, you're going to be in the insert tab or insert menu. There's a item called object, right? So you're going to click on that object, and you're going to let Microsoft Office know where are you going to create a new one, or you're going to create from a file if you're creating, and you also want to make sure that it says display as an object, right, as an icon. So generally, if you have a document that you want to link, I'm just going to pick up something right now. right? So it's an existing document that I have on my shared drive or have accessible to it. You can display it as an icon, right? And then click OK. And now this document is linked, this in a separate document is linked to my main document, which now you can attach to your main document. So these are just some tips that you could use in making sure that your work looks professional and it looks nice and clean when you guys are sending your documents up to management or leadership or your peers even, right? So this is going to be the last one that I do for Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, excuse me. I think next week I have either planned Excel or PowerPoint. So again, I'm not teaching you everything from scratch. I'm just teaching you some formatting tips that may help you make your documents a little bit better from a formatting standpoint. So again, not teaching you from scratch, just some tips that will help you make your documents look a little bit more professional. These are some of the topics that you guys told me you wanted to learn about. So here I am making sure that I am helping you in your journey, in your professional journey. Okay. Again, if you have comments, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. Let me know other training topics. And then also let me know if you watched this on a replay and if it was helpful to you, because we love feedback. This is how we know how to plan our next set of content, right? So please also make sure that you like and subscribe our content to let us know how we're doing. And we, of course, appreciate all of you guys out there. You are the reason why we're here, and we appreciate you. With that, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on the next training session. I'll see you later. Bye.